Did we ever put that mattress under Mr. Benson?
God, I feel terrible.
Yep.
They didn't kill him. Mr. Benson was falling before they froze time. It just so happens that they froze time as he was falling. They could have saved him, but they didn't kill him. So...
Sorry, Summer. I gotta back the Embomb on this one. I remember the conversation. We told Morty to replace all the bank's money with cookies.
As they're complaining about whose job was what, Rick mentions that he told Summer and Morty to replace all bank's money with cookies, which is basically the same as theft. While it's unclear whether they kept the money themselves or they just used them for something, robbing a bank is still a crime, regardless of what you do with the money.
You see that? Get down! I told you! He's a psycho! He's lost it! The time fracture must have made him crazy!
Rick tries to shoot the other version of himself here with a gun, and seeing as this is just himself, but split into different realities, I don't think he can be charged with attempted murder, because, you know, he's trying to murder himself. But shooting a gun recklessly in your garage when the door is wide open is a crime.
Well, I don't know where you expect me to think you got that crystal over there, but the only way could ever have one is if it was stolen.
You stole a time-freezing crystal from testicle monsters?
I would have been happy to pay for it, Summer.
As we've established previously, if you're going to get charged with theft, the sentence will depend on the price of the item. And like most items in the Rick and Morty universe that get stolen by Rick, we don't know the price of them. But seeing as these are one powerful item to have, it can be assumed that the price of it is more than $950, which is a cutoff between misdemeanor and felony.
I cannot argue that.
This guy is a police officer, but he keeps order of time and realities, but a police officer nonetheless. And Rick not only hit him, but also held him at gunpoint.
Hey, Rick! Here you go, 3,000 flurbos. Do you have the weapon?
Can we please? This is my grandson.
I'm an assassin. I buy guns from your grandpa.
Here, go away.
Ooh, yeah, this looks deadly.
Selling a weapon without a license is illegal, and seeing as Rick is doing this deal very shadily, we can assume that he actually just doesn't have a license.
Drop the gun!
You don't understand! This guy was gonna kill someone!
I guess that makes two of us.
What are you doing, Morty?
Rick just killed a person right here, and while yes, that person was pointing a gun at Morty, unlike some other tries that we've had, Rick cannot claim self-defense of others on this one, because the person that Rick just killed is a government employee, armed with a gun which most likely gives him the freedom to patrol and shoot any intruders that come in this facility. In this case, Morty was an intruder. All of this to say that Morty is in the wrong. This guy was just doing his job, and Rick just killed the man. Accidentally though, because it just so happens that the portal spawned right there.
This is a Galactic Federation outpost! Look, I don't have time to tell you my entire backstory, but Grandpa and government don't get along!
Also, he just enters this building without permission, and as he says himself, he isn't allowed to be here.
Open fire!
Yeah.
This time it wasn't accidental. They also just fled from the police in a vehicle.
You gotta look out for number one.
Number one is me, a**hole! You're supposed to be my friend!
No, not Twig!
While yes, it is true that Rick acted in self-defense, he did go far with shoving his gears in his mouth. In some cases of self-defense, when the use of force exceeds what was necessary, you will still get charged.
The first rule of space travel, kids, is always check out distress beacons. 9 out of 10 times, it's a ship full of dead aliens and a bunch of free shit!
Seems like something terrible happened here.
Rick enters this ship because he thinks it's empty and no one is inside, which would make it illegal-ish. But turns out there's people inside, so he'll get...
Those facehuggers are worth more than this ship. What's that? This'll make the cops write it up as a looting by the core blocks.
Hey, someone's been spending too much time around glowing rocks, am I right?
This isn't Jerry's actual brother, and I know I've counted aliens as people throughout this video, but I'm not gonna count this one as they claim he's a parasite, which is an organism that lives within another organism, which I don't think is considered as a sentient logical being, so...
I'm not used to being this unsure for this long. I'm just gonna aim for shoulders starting with the weird girl.
Summer is a real person, as we all know, and Rick just points a gun and shoots at her, but misses. Although he is confused about whether Summer is real or not, he's still gonna get charged.
And I say we show it right up this floating head's ass.
No, you need to let me talk.
Hold it, don't move!
Rick just teleports right into the Pentagon. I mean, not the Pentagon, the lame one here on Earth. But even this is a high security federal offense.
Stay back! This watch turns people into snakes!
Stand down.
Murdering on federal property is a very serious crime that holds very harsh penalties.
If you try to tell anyone what happened here, we'll deny it, and probably worse.
Understood.
Killing the chief of staff of the army is a crime that will land you an astonishingly long time in prison. But Rick was trying to protect the president, so this is technically on self-defense of others.
Who once gave our world the gift of Googlebox technology, which, when stomped on, generates electricity while safely removing the dangerous waste power to a special disposal volcano.
Rick has created a society to run from his battery, and he has introduced electricity to them to better help them with their livelihood. And in return, he gets the remaining part of the electricity that this society essentially throws away. Now, this is gonna need a bit of explaining, but Rick is committing a crime here, because he's telling people that they need to put some of the electricity into the mountain in order for their electricity to work. Obviously, this isn't true, and Rick is just getting the electricity for himself. He could have made a contract with them where he gets a small portion of the electricity in exchange for introducing them to the wonders of electricity, but he chose to deceive them. So it's not false imprisonment, it's not slavery, it's simply...
There's nothing dishonest about what we're doing. Now slap on these antennae. These people need to think we're aliens.
Wearing a mask, or in this case a simple hat with the intent to pretend you're someone else, is not necessarily illegal. It mostly depends on the intent you have to do such a thing. In this case, Rick is doing it with the intent to deceive people. So...
You quit school, but you still got some learning to do. Did great, guys. Couldn't have done it without you. You know, we should be proud of ourselves. We killed a vampire and a gym teacher.
A few moments earlier, we hear that the bacteria that Jerry carries will send you in a murderous rage if it comes in contact with your eyes.
Ooh, watch out for that stuff. It'll stain if it gets on your clothes, and it'll send you into a murderous rage if it gets in your eyes or mouth.
So the doctor was probably going to kill them. Rick just killed him first.
Coming through? What are you here for? Just kidding, I don't care. Well, this won't do.
Hey, what are you doing? Somebody confiscate that and don't damage it! The one and
Rick is shown to kill at least 5 people here, so... While escaping the Galactic Government, Rick steals a vehicle. He came with his own, but left in this.
Yeah, about going home, we can't. Ever.
Wait, what?
Oh, these guys are looking for us now.
Also, they just escaped from the police. Thank you all for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. This is all the crimes that were committed in the season 2 of Rick and Morty. Watch season 1 if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.
Hey, we agreed. Never in the house.